Testing, 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 testing. Alright, so I'm live here a little bit early. I just wanted to make sure this was going live. So give me a minute. I'll be right back. I gotta do one more thing, and we'll be live in less than a minute. Alright, here we go. I guess, sorry, that was over a minute, but here we go. Let me go live on TikTok now. So we're going to look at the markets, see what Bitcoin's doing. Hopefully everyone's have a great holiday weekend. Well, let me just get going live on TikTok. Give me a second to do that. I need to go to my other TikTok exchange. Alright. So let's go over to Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin's doing. Right now, Bitcoin is at $26,700. It is kind of just range bound. Literally for the last week or two, it's been range bound. So it's been kind of boring to look at, but it's had very little volatility in that time. So I actually have not been trading Bitcoin. I've been trying to trade other altcoins, which super short term it's worked out okay for me, but longer term it has worked out very badly for me. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section, and then after I get done looking at Bitcoin, as always, I will look at them. So I just want to let you guys know that my dryer is going nuts over there. So if you guys are on TikTok and you want to see the entire screen, go over to YouTube. We have the entire screen on YouTube, obviously. Crypto Boss Angel on YouTube and Crypto Boss Angel with 2 W's on TikTok. That is my new account, at least. So right now, let's look at Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is at $26,700. It has literally been, if you go to like the daily chart, we've kind of been trading in this range, I would say, ever since the 12th of May. So the last 2 weeks, you've been between the lowest, the range was 25.7. And then the highest part of the range was 27.5. You've been in that range for 2 weeks, but the tighter range that you've been in is really 26.5, I would say, to 27.3. That's kind of the range you've been in, the tighter range that you've been in now for the last 2 weeks. So it's been kind of boring. The daily chart is trying to continue to the upside, but it's already at 50, and you really have almost no bounce. The 4-hour chart right now for Bitcoin is overbought, and that's a lower high as well on the 4-hour chart unless it continues. Unless it makes a new high now above 26,962, that is a lower high on the 4-hour chart. And the 1-hour chart is getting overbought, making, I believe that's a lower high, yeah. So to me right now, Bitcoin looks bearish. I'm actually macro long-term more bearish on Bitcoin than bullish. Now super long-term, like for the next 6 to 12 months, I'm bullish. But I think for the next 0 to 6 months, I'm looking for more downside action on Bitcoin. Now, there was bullish news this week about China unbanning Bitcoin. I believe I think it's June 1st. People can trade Bitcoin and crypto again over in China, which is, for the space, extremely bullish. So maybe that will give us a move to the upside in the crypto space. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, let's look at that really quick. I will look at Rocket Pool, yes. Can you let me know what the ticker for Rocket Pool is? Right now, the Fear and Greed Index is at 48, so neutral. It's been neutral for the last week or two, and then last month it was in greed. Let me figure out how to keep my phone upright. Appreciate the likes on TikTok. I do appreciate that. I also appreciate that I even have to ask for them. All right, so bear with me as I try to figure out my phone. It's being difficult. Okay, I think that's going to work. I am going to get out this button. It's called the no button. If I look at a coin that is requested and it looks like something I would not buy, I simply hit it, and it sounds like this. So let's look at Rocket Pool. RPL, thank you for that. I'll look at that. I am currently in a short on SPGBB from 65. Market cap is 300K, so we'll see what happens with that. And I'm also in a short on SAM. I did pretty good on my first SAM position. We closed out a trade of 434% right there. And then I got stopped out of that, maybe two, and then I re-entered that. But let's go over and look at RPL for Craig on YouTube. RPL USDT. It is on Binance. It's also on Coinbase. We'll use a Coinbase chart because I know that's probably where most of you guys trade. The reason I don't like Coinbase is that you cannot you can't short or use leverage on Coinbase. But anyways, that is beside the point. Daily chart is really actually ready to go to the upside. This, I can already tell you, actually looks like a good chart. Most of the requests we get are garbage. Just looks good to me. And the daily chart is ready to move to the upside, technically making a higher low. You're also in an uptrend on RPL. I like this. I'm going to make a video about this because this looks good to me. Testing. So I'm going to make a YouTube video about this so that whoever's not watching the stream can watch it later. Welcome to the Crypto Boss Andrew family. I did get a request on YouTube for RPL. To me, it looks good, so I was going to make a video about it. This is on the daily chart. Daily chart is ready to move to the upside on the stock RSI. You're also making a higher low. The previous low was $43. Now you're at $46, basically $47. And what I like is you're now in a decent uptrend on this. Ever since, really, you could say the 11th of March, April, May, last 2.5 months, you've been in this nice uptrend for RPL. It's on Coinbase, it's on Binance, I think it's on basically every exchange. It is a higher market cap coin, I would believe, at least probably in the millions, bare minimum. So RPL, daily chart looks good to me. Now if we go to the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart does need to reset. That did make a lower high, so I would be cautious. But it doesn't mean that I would still not say that this still looks okay on the larger time frames, right? You could also say something like this is happening, maybe it's going to make a bull flag, something like that. It's possible. So bear with me as I try to chart this. I don't know what this new update on TradeView is like, but it sucks. And oh my gosh. All right, there we go. So to me, this could definitely be some sort of bullish. You could say this is a symmetrical triangle. I would like to see you stay above on the 4-hour chart the 200-day moving average, which right now is at $48.30 or basically $48, and you're currently below that. I would say anything above $48 is bullish as long as you're above that 200-day moving average. If you're not below it, technically on the larger time frames, usually you see a dump. So you could be seeing a dump here if you can't get back above. I would say 48. If you want to be safe, you just say $50. If you don't get back above $50, you could possibly see a dump here. You do have some resistance right here at 48.84. So I guess we'll say $49. 200-day moving average is between $48 and $49, and then resistance is very close to that $50 level. Appreciate the follow. So that's what I'm looking at. If you're above $50 to me, I'm bullish on RPL. If you're not, then I'm bearish. The 4 chart does want to come down to the bottom of this trend line. I would say you cannot lose $44 and still remain bullish on this. If you want to give it insurance, make it 45. So you don't have much downside action. If you go below $45, in my humble opinion, it looks like it could have a bigger dump to the downside. So I would like to see RPL above $50, but it definitely looks decent to me. The 1-hour chart doesn't look super great either, and the 15-minute chart is struggling as well. So, but the daily chart looks good to me. So if you just look at the daily chart and have a steep stop loss, maybe you put your stop at $45 or I should say $44, because I don't want anything to do with this asset below $45. So that would be the trade setup. I'm not going to trade this, but if I were not financial advice, I put my stop a long position with a stop at $44. And if I go back to the daily chart, if I go back to the 4-hour chart, let's kind of see what our measure move would be out of this pattern. So you take it from the top wick to the bottom wick. And then if you're going to the upside, your measure move would be probably you could take profit at 85 or $80. And if you were going to the downside, then you'd have to be on a place where you can short and use leverage. And the measure move to the downside is 16. I would assume if Bitcoin is going to be bullish based off this China news, RPO will move to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at. A possible trade setup with a long position, take profit around $80 or $85 with a stop at $44. If you guys enjoyed this video, appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. And if you guys have other requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. RPO looks decent to me. The smaller time frames don't look great, but RPO is definitely one of the better setups that I've seen in a while, at least from the requests that I get usually on YouTube. So thank you for that, Craig. RPO does look decent to me. Appreciate the like. If you could like the video on YouTube as well for the request, that'd be awesome. So, alright, if there's any requests on TikTok, let me know. I don't think I missed anything. So that's what I'm looking at. Like I said, I'm in a short on SPGBB. Let's go look at that actually right now. Account's only at $71, so it's been rough recently. But that is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Short on this, short on Samo coin. Market cap on this one is like 20 million. So if it does go to zero, it could have a lot of money to be made going to the downside. But they do have a utility. They do have a credit card coming out for their coin, so there's a chance this actually probably doesn't quite go much lower. If I zoom out to the 4-hour chart on Samo, I made a video about this yesterday. I mean, this is nuts. Look at this. It was at 2, or maybe you can say it was 3, and it went all the way up to basically with a wick high of 18. No, the wick at 20, and it was right below 3. So it went from 3 to 20 in about less than a day. You got 1 4-hour candle, 2 in 12 hours or so. It did like an 8 or 9x. That is nuts. And then now that's why I took a short, because it definitely can't go up that fast. You could say this is maybe a falling wedge though. To me, it's kind of definitely it's kind of pushing it. But I'm in a short right now on this Samo. So personally, I don't see that as a falling wedge. Actually, even when you zoom in, I mean, maybe you could have said this was a falling wedge. Yeah, I would say that's a falling wedge, but you obviously broke to the downside on that falling wedge. So since then, I've been in a short on Samo. I think I actually entered my first short around here at 71, and then I got stopped out today and just re-entered it down here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, guys. If there's no requests, I'm gonna probably get on out of here because it is a holiday weekend. I will still be live on Monday, even though it's a holiday. So. And then Kava is another request. Can you hit the like button for me, Craig? Since I'm looking at these coins, I appreciate it. All right, so Kava right now on the daily chart. Wow, Kava ripped to the upside. I mean, that was a few days ago, I guess. Daily chart's already reset. Kava looks good to me because obviously that's like a falling wedge on the daily chart. Oversold now on the stock RSI. Wow, that looks like a juicy long coming up. The 4-hour chart is overbought though, so that's a lower high. So I'd be cautious about the 4-hour chart. It's not quite time to enter. You do have support down here at $1 even, and then the 1-hour chart is oversold as well. So $1 even is support, and to the below that, I'd be looking. Well, yeah. If we're just looking at supports on the 4-hour chart, below $1, your next support is 70 cents, and then above that, 85 cents, and then $1. So that's what I'm looking at for right now for Kava. To me, that looks good. On the daily chart, 4-hour chart needs to go lower. 1-hour chart's already reset, so that's a good sign. And it's above the 200-day moving average, as is the 15. 4-hour chart is also above it. I would say as long as Kava stays above, definitely as long as it stays above $1, you're bullish. But the 200-day chart moving average is going to slowly come up as time goes on. But as of right now, as of this very second, as long as you're above even 92 cents, in my opinion, you're bullish. But you know, I would want I would put a buy order around $1, maybe $1.01, and then have a stop at like 98 cents. That would be a good trade up on Kava to me. So wait a little. It'd probably be a few hours or a day or two before you can get into that trade. But Kava looks good on the higher time frames for a long position. Well, that's not good. What just happened? Well, this... What the hell? My stop loss didn't get hit on that? Oh, my God. I give up. I don't know why my stop loss didn't get hit on that, but that drives me nuts. Alright, so, but anyways, that's kind of what I'm looking at. If you guys enjoyed this video, appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe button. I'm gonna get on out if you figure out what just happened with that. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday for our next live stream. Until then, trade safe and have a great weekend.